Hi, I'm Sheila Long O'Mara, Executive Editor with Furniture Today. Welcome to this week's Bedding Insights, and I'm happy to have one of my favorite people, Susan Mathis, who's the Vice President of Brand Relations for Therapedic International, joining me today, and we're talking about one of my favorite subjects, sleep. Hey, Susan.
Hey, Sheila, thanks for having me.
Of course. So there's sleep is having a moment, not only in our industry, which we talk about it all the time, but also out in consumer media. People seem to be focused on it. What is it about sleep and health and wellness that you see happening overall right now for our industry and for consumers out there?
I think we all know for years, people always talk about diet and exercise and how important that is for wellness. But in recent years, thankfully, consumers are starting to understand the importance of sleep, that it's a three-legged stool, that diet, exercise, and sleep. And I think that's been a great thing for the industry. I also think the industry has helped to perpetuate that conversation. I think we've taken that opportunity with consumers, which is a great thing. I'm part of the BSC. I'm the vice chair, so I know in that arena as well, we're always trying to educate the end consumer. And, even recently we wrote a blog for our own website about sleep and the immune system and how those work together and how a good night's sleep is so critical for keeping a strong immune system. I know the BSC recently has posted about the same topic. So I think it's a combination of factors, but I think it's a great thing for the industry, and it's important for people to realize and to have come to realize that sleep is so critical. Diet and exercise is great, but without a good night's sleep, you have no foundation to start your day. You're not focused. You're distracted. You may be lagging at certain points, but with a good night's sleep, those things are not something you have to contend with.
Well, without a good night's sleep, who can get up and go to the gym, right? How are you going to perform?
Trouble with that, even with a good night's sleep.
I know, right? So when we were together in Vegas, you showed me Therapedic's new product line that really addresses health and wellness. And what better place to do it than in the bedroom, right? So talk to us a little bit about the Immunity Collection and its benefits and how you see tying that into health and wellness.
The Immunity line, we started working on this about a year and a half ago. And, obviously amidst a pandemic and people paying attention, not only to health and wellness in a general sense, but health in a medical sense, there was so much out there that we all were concerned about: being healthy, staying strong, keeping our immune system intact so that we could be our best and obviously hopefully avoid at one point, getting COVID. But amidst that, we were working on this Immunity line, which is a copper-based line, but it's not just any other copper product. Not only does it have the copper foams and things that, sure, maybe there are other lines that have that, but this really has a unique technology in the top tick, in the fabric. This fabric has 30% copper content, which is the highest copper content out there at this time. It is produced by Fine Cotton up in Canada, and they have done a myriad of research and testing on it that shows that it's a sweet spot. When you get to that 30% or more, it's a sweet spot where the copper content really does have impact. And, I think most of us know already that copper has many homeopathic benefits. It's antibacterial. It helps maintain healthy collagen levels. It can help reduce inflammation. So in general, copper has a lot of health attributes to it. The nice thing about this product is this fabric has been tested to be effective through even 4 layers of other fabrics. So, the question always is, oh, well, what happens when I put my mattress pad on and then I put a sheet on top of it? But this has actually been tested that it is effective through that because it uses a patented copper yarn technology. So it really is unique in that way. The immunity name, certainly ties into this idea of, healthy immune system. Who doesn't want that right now? And the importance of, a good night's sleep impacting a healthy immune system. So they really tie together as a great package. And I think for the end consumer, people are paying attention to this now. And we did test market it previously in a local region, and it performed really well. And so I think it really has a great future ahead. I think it gives a lot of talking points at point of sale in a store. And, who doesn't want to sleep well and be healthy?
That's true. And I think copper, consumers see it in other products, the copper bracelets, there's a lot of conversation about copper. So I think it's something that they are tuned into as far as cleanliness and antibacterial. Was that something that you guys saw in your test market, that was, something that they gravitate toward?
I do think so. I think you're right that consumers have seen copper in other products. It's not something that they don't understand. They have seen it used, even in medical equipment, in clothing, as you mentioned, the copper bracelets. So I think it is easier for the consumer, at least at this point, to understand and embrace and wrap their head around. It doesn't sound gimmicky to them because they've read about the effects of copper and they've tried it in other categories besides mattresses at this point.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense right now. That's all the time we have for today, but I would love to sit here and talk to you for hours on end about different things. But I appreciate you taking the time, Susan.
Thanks, Sheila. Thanks so much for having us.
Absolutely. Again, I'm Sheila Long O'Mara with Furniture Today. Thanks for tuning in.